This is Jolie here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Francesca Hennessy for the very first time and Michael Hennessy Junior again. Fran, I'm going to come to you. First time on the channel. Haven't done many interviews either, so yeah, it's good to have you on.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
She goes first. At the start. Number one in the family.
Michael, let's start off with your career before we talk about Fran and what she's got in the next couple of months. Some exciting stuff in the amateurs, but with yourself, obviously, being here for Fight Week in Coventry again. You're used to fighting in the Midlands and just getting comfortable.
Absolutely. You know, Coventry's becoming a second home for myself. I think my last 5 fights have been here. So, yeah, it's great to be back as always.
Now, Fran, I want to come to you, not about yourself just yet, just about watching your brother come through the pro ranks and just being part of a boxing family. Well, what's it like being in and around it and now being so close?
To be honest, I've been around Michael boxing my whole life. He's what got me into boxing, so it's great to see him coming up and getting more successful each time and proving people wrong, and that's why I love it, because he's going to prove a lot of people wrong.
What can we expect from him this Saturday? Because last time out was your first knockout in round 1 as well. No prisoners that night. I think it was a changed version of yourself. Can you give us a prediction on this weekend?
100% a knockout for me. I've seen him training in the gym. I've been alongside him and he's worked so hard, harder than his last fight, and it's 100% going to be a knockout for me, anyways.
Michael, do you have a prediction?
I have a prediction. It's going to be my best performance yet. It's the best that preparation's ever been. You know, like I said at the press conference, there's been no halts, no illnesses. I've just been getting better week in, week out. And I'm predicting a stoppage. I'm not going to be looking for it because we all know they don't come when you look for it. But I'm predicting a stoppage.
What would you put that down to? Your trainers behind us here. You can't say jump in. You can't say I've been training harder, but genuinely, why do you think it is that you're coming into some good form?
You know what? Just our whole schedule throughout the week, we found out sort of what works for me, and getting the right balance between rest and training and strength and conditioning and the running and the boxing side. So that's been a massive help, and also the main thing's the boxing side as well. We've been working on opening up fighters a lot more, because I used to have a problem of just looking for it too much and loading up, which I think came from the pressure of not having knockouts early on in my career and just being too eager to get it. So now that we've sort of relaxed a bit more and we're setting the shots up nicer, I just feel it's just going to come and flow a lot better.
Must be exciting for you, Junior. Do you train both of these guys?
Yes, I train both of them. Mike will tell you there is a bit of favoritism because I lean more towards this one. But no, listen, the preparation for this fight has been, amazing. Mike has told you himself, he's made the weight great. The nutritionist he just brought on board. They're the best. The strength and conditioning coaches down at Better Body, they've been amazing and everything. And we couldn't really ask for a better training camp, to be honest.
We got the best people around us, the best team around us. So it's down to us now, me and Fran. As long as we do the right things, we'll be successful. So if we're not, there's no one else to blame.
Now, Fran, going to move on to your career. I've heard a lot about you just through being at shows and kind of talking to Michael, talking to your dad, Mick, of course. Apparently, you've got a lot of power. How's this going to translate to the programme?
You know what? I think more rounds will benefit me, because I don't think anyone will be able to last over 4 rounds with me. My power is just, ever since I was younger, I've always had a lot of power, and everyone said I've got a punch on me. And I think that's come from when I was little. I used to always do hand weights. I used to follow Michael around, copy everything he was doing. Even when no one wanted me to box, I was still doing that. And yeah, so all that experience is going to come for me in a pro game.
You know what, Joe? All that power, it's just built up of years of built up tension from me winding her up. So I take a lot of credit for that.
He used to wind me up in sparring. It used to make me want to punch him harder. That's probably where it's come from.
Definitely the pros will suit her, but she's doing 6'2s now with a lot of very good pros. One of the pros she was sparring with the other week, she was boxing for a title. Is it this weekend or something? So she's mixing it at a good level and doing very well.
Yeah, listen, I don't think a lot of people are ready to see what's about to, unfold with this one here. And when I mean this is the future of women's boxing, I mean it. I'm not saying it because I'm being biased. You don't see girls at that age doing what she's doing.
This is why there's favouritism. He sees the dollar signs of this one. He knows what's coming with this one.
Even before I was training seriously and stuff, I'd jump in the ring with anyone. I'd spar anyone who was put in front of me, and I would never be scared of it. Even boys who were twice the size of me, I'd still get in there and give my all. And I'd get hit with a shot. I'd keep coming forward because that's what I'm like. I love it, and I'll keep coming forward.
She spars all the boys down at our local amateur.
Have you sparred each other?
We have. My dad stopped it because I was getting too many bruises and I couldn't do my training properly. So I was getting too many injuries, so we had to stop that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Who's got more potential?
Well, Joe, you put really on the spot, innit?
I'll answer. More potential.
To be honest, they both got, maximum potential. I'll just answer this short and sweet. It's all down to both of them. You understand? They got the right team behind them, the right people behind them. All they got to do is just stay focused, and consistency is key. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
My first style, the first person who ever taught me was Michael. So my style was initiated from where his styles come from.
We used to do pads all the time, didn't we, at home in the hallway?
I'm talking when I was 4 or 5, I'd be sparring him in the hallway. He'd be on his knees and I'd be, giving it a good go and stuff.
Hurt me as well.
So his style's always been the one I've copied since I was a young girl.
So what's the stage you're currently at? I understand you've got some big competitions coming up.
Yes, I've got the national finals on the 28th, which I'm planning on going in there, doing, getting the win, taking away that title, and just winning as many titles as I can in the amateurs until I turn pro. And that's what I'm aiming to do.
Michael, I'll finish off with you. Obviously, it's been an exciting journey so far. Just talking on the team that you guys have, what motivates you the most? Obviously, your dad is Mick Hennessy, so you've always had that stable option. If you wanted to go into boxing and become a boxer, which you did from a very young age, that was always an option. But what is your main motivation, and why do you box?
Simply put, I had lots of other routes to go down. I was a clever kid at school, so the simple reason for me boxing is because I love it. It's my passion. I love being in the ring. I love watching fights as well. And whether I was a boxer or not, I'd be involved in some way because it's just what I love to do and what I love to watch. So,
Fran, you can probably guess what I'm going to ask you now. Why do you box?
I've grown up with it, and I didn't have to box. In fact, no one wanted me to box, and I chose to do it myself. To commit myself to it. My dad actually sat me down and said, "If you've got the talent for it, if you want to do it, you have to put your all into it, or you can't do it at all." So from that moment on, it's all I've done, and it's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. This is my life.
I think the other thing that drives us to work as hard as we do and be as dedicated as we are when we don't necessarily have to be is the fact that we've got the best people around us. Junior, our coach, he gives 110%, 1,000%. He's never ever late to the gym ever. We've got our S&C coaches at the Better Body gyms in Blackheath and Sevenoaks, We've got so many people, our sponsors, Raw Sport, Cryo Rejuvenate, Vitae, our home Sevenoaks Boxing Club, all these guys backing us up and believing in us, and it would be disrespectful for us not to give it everything.
Brilliant. Well, I appreciate all three of your guys' time. Team Hennessy, we'll call it. Hopefully we can do this again soon. I believe this is your first interview, so I hope you enjoyed it.